Hey guys, my name is OJ and I'm doing this video to discuss Ponzi's and scams in cloud mining services. There are a lot of these coming up right now. It's a hot thing. A lot of people are messaging me and asking me to review different programs. I can't review every program, but what I'm going to do right now is just list a few things that you need to watch out when you're doing your research and to find out whether your program is a genuine one and if it's really doing cloud mining or is it just a Ponzi? Now, there are lots of companies that are claiming to be doing cloud mining services, but my research proves that a lot of them are actually just Ponzi schemes that are not having any real cloud mining activity. And there are a few things that you can look for. I'm not an expert and I don't know everything about cloud mining services, but I'm looking at a lot of different websites and I'm finding out people who know about these services and people who are working with cryptocurrencies and mining and you know, it's a big industry and there are a lot of things that you need to know about it. Especially if you want to invest in that industry, you need to know about it first. And I see that many people are kind of jumping into these hypes. They're basically high yield investment programs that give you high return and having really low costs so that they can lure you into the whole scheme. But the reality is that they're nothing more than just Ponzi schemes. And I will explain what is a Ponzi scheme at the end of the video, but you probably already know what that is. It is not a safe investment plan. It is not even an investment. It is literally a scam. And there are a few things that were pointed out in different forums, and I collected, you know, from different places, things that you need to look out for when you are researching these programs to find out whether these programs are legitimate cloud mining services or just fake Ponzi schemes. So number one, a cloud mining company that won't let you direct the hash rate to your pool of choosing and can't prove that it's actually mining bitcoins itself is very likely a scam. There is no reason to hide mining addresses or not to sign any blocks. There is absolutely no reason, which means that if you don't see any proof of addresses for the blockchains or cloud mining addresses, that means they're hiding something, and that means they're not really doing cloud mining activity. The next important criteria is whether they are endorsed, that company is endorsed by an ASIC vendor. And let's see what that means. ASIC is an application-specific integrated circuit. It's an integrated circuit customized for particular use rather than intended for general purpose use. For example, a chip designed to run in a digital voice recorder or a high-efficiency Bitcoin miner is an ASIC. So we're talking about digital chips, and the manufacturers of these chips are usually quite big companies, very well known. That is why if a program that is doing cloud mining service is legitimate, it will be endorsed by an ASIC vendor because it will be using their product, their chips. For the ASIC vendors, this is free advertising to endorse companies. So for them, it helps their business, it helps their customer growth, and there is absolutely no reason why they would not endorse a company that is legitimate. So if a cloud mining company can't get any ASIC vendor to post any endorsements, that means that they're probably not a real cloud mining service. A lot of these companies do not have relevant pictures of their hardware or data centers or blockchains, but bear in mind that pictures can be faked. So even if you see pictures, you have to look out if these pictures are just stock footage. Pictures could be bought from any stock library online, and a lot of the times these companies would even use very similar pictures. This is how you can find out whether these pictures are real or not, or at least you can suspect whether pictures that they are using are being just purchased from a photo library or are they a real genuine footage. The next thing you can look out for is an open-ended IPO, fractional reverse mining risk. Unless the cloud mining is operated by the ASIC vendors themselves, you cannot sell an unlimited amount of hash rate. Hardware takes usually a very long time to order, arrive and deploy, And any company that doesn't limit sales or make public how much hash rate they sold versus what they have currently should be considered highly suspicious. Referral programs and social networking is something that is very popular with rev shares and online marketing products, but is not something that you see very often with cloud mining services. Referral programs, especially ones that pay almost 10%, which is the norm for rev share markets, are a huge red flag here. The mining market is cutthroat with razor-thin margins. No real company can afford to pay 10% referrals on below-market cloud mining prices. Referral programs almost always serve only to feed the Ponzi and provide financial incentive to posters who lie about the true nature of the company. Never trust anyone with a referral link. Anonymous operators. Unfortunately, a lot of these companies hide their operators, their admins, and their owners. They borrow names from other industries, and they even borrow pictures from other companies' staff members. If the operators are hiding behind WhoisGuard, provide no provable identity, and especially when, like someone in cloud mining cases, they use demonstrably false ID or company registration information, you have to really be suspicious about these companies. 99% of them turn out to be scams. Does the company have an exit strategy? Are you able to sell your position at all? If you can't sell your position, then you can't get your money out, which is the ideal case for a Ponzi, which allows it to run for a longer time. And that is another thing. Some companies have run for over 10 months already, and that gives a lot of people the confidence that they're legitimate and that they are long-term investment programs. However, this is not really the case. A lot of the times, due to the low percentage daily rate that they pay out, they're able to sustain themselves for longer periods until their business is growing, and at some point when they reach a peak, they will just shut and disappear, and they will scam many people. And the last point is, if anyone guarantees you a Bitcoin denominated profit, and especially with a 30% or over, you can be sure that it's a Ponzi. All the other criteria become unimportant at this point. There is no such thing as a certain profit when it comes to mining. And the last thing, let's just explain again what a Ponzi scheme is. It's usually a pyramid type of a program that has investors who start in the very beginning, they're on the lower tier, on the very first level, and then with new people coming into the company, the money that they invest is being used to pay off the ones that have started before them. Usually they pay you a fixed fee per day or per week, per month, and they're only using new funds to be paying out the profits that they guarantee. They do not have a product, and the absence of a product is what defines a Ponzi scheme and what makes it different from the other pyramid type schemes that are running in the multi-level marketing business, which a lot of them are genuine. There is no mechanism to generate revenue in a Ponzi scheme, and this is why you are always certain that a Ponzi scheme ends up as a scam, because at some point the new funds are being drained, and as soon as the new funds are being drained, that company will stop paying and will disappear, and it will turn into a scam. So watch out for all of these factors and do a lot of research when you decide to invest in a cloud mining service, because it is very likely that it might not be an actual cloud mining service. I hope this helps, and I hope I managed to save someone's savings. Please guys, be very careful when you decide where to invest and how do you pick your investment programs. And if you have any questions about this video, send me a message on Facebook, add me, my link is below that video, and you can also subscribe to my channel and see my new updates.